Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribed to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. What's poppin'? Shout out to all y'all that rock with SBGB TV. You know we appreciate you. You heard me? Yeah. Nothing will last forever. Change is guaranteed in life. It's important to position yourself. When you got an opportunity in life, it's important to always position yourself and expect change. This is something that a lot of people don't do. They get a position and they don't expect the change, and then they don't know how to transition when things go in the opposite direction. Understanding that is very, very important. And those that do understand it, they always tend to make out better. The ones that don't, they end up falling at the end of whatever run they have, and they can't figure out how to get in position. It's a part of the game, right? There's plenty of artists that we see that were in position and they didn't plan for things to change. They thought it was always going to be the same. So when things didn't work out with the label or wherever they was at, you see, they failed, and it really discombobulated them. Whereas though they didn't know how to function. But the ones that do, you see them, they know how to function. It's important, you know, and I think everybody should understand that, because nothing is gonna last forever. And if you wait, maybe you might not have enough time to get things right before things fall apart, and you're gonna wish you did. So any situation that you insert yourself in, prepare for it to go in a different direction, so you're not as surprised if it don't work out. You're not kicking yourself in the butt saying, man, I should have set this in place, I should have did that, I should have did this. At least have a different avenue planned and set up for you to go in a different direction, and you'll be all right. Because that's one thing that's guaranteed in life: change. It's never gonna be the same, no matter, you know, what you think, how cool you are with somebody, no matter, you know, what you want it to be. It's always going to change. This is what life is, you know. And some people really, you know, don't plan for it, and it crushes them. They put all their eggs in one basket, and then when somebody run off with that basket, they sick. They don't know how to function. We see that with a lot of artists. They got all the eggs in one basket, and somebody steal the basket. They like, I don't know what to do. Nah. Setting that foundation for yourself is important. Now, you can go do business with other people if you choose to, but the foundation at home is most important, which needs to be established first. You got to establish that. And if you're doing business with somebody else, make sure at the same time that you're doing business with them, you're doing a little bit of business with yourself. So it's not going to affect you the same if ties are cut with somebody. A lot of people don't understand that. You know, they think that all they got is this and it's always going to be good. And then when it goes left, they're upset, mad at the person. They think the person owes them something. And, you know, somebody that I would like to use for instinct is like Dame Dash, right? Dame Dash didn't expect for a fella to break up. Beanie Siegel didn't expect for Rockefeller to break up. These are the things that you got to expect. You know, understanding that people have change of hearts. You'll fall out with somebody. You know, things don't be the same. You're not seeing eye to eye. And y'all gonna split. If you understand these things, you'll be all right. Even with your job that you work at, you should be prepared to go and get another job, to have a backup, something that you're working on. You don't put all the eggs in one basket, because when someone steals the basket, it leaves you disappointed, depressed, and you don't know which way to go. So that's why I say, you know, it's always good to have a backup plan, you know. And I say, as you know, if you work for somebody, you know, start a business on the side, right? So you can have time to do a little bit in your business when you want to, you know, at your leisure, but you got your regular job. But start something on the side so as though you can go do some business when you want to. So that if the job does not work out, you can go ahead and put more time into your business while you look for another job. But don't just put everything in one basket. That's important, man. You know, Munchie B said he quit No Jumper. And we all seen, you know, up there at No Jumper, the situation up there. You know, Adam kicked the chair, you know, to push it away from him, right? You know, he might not have, you know, kicked him directly, but he did make that motion, whereas though he kicked the chair to push him away. And, you know, I think he could have handled that differently, being honest. You know, he didn't have to handle that in that manner. And, you know, it caused separation. That situation, you know, it caused separation. Even though, you know, Munchie B was definitely drinking on the show, but Adam accepted that. You know, he allowed that. So that there, and, you know, that controversy caused the separation. And Wack, you know, he's happy about it, right? You know, he's happy. You know, he's one of them type of individual. It was no way for him to get Munchie B out of there. So being as though that something happened and took place, whereas though he got up out of there, Wack is happy about that. But we know that Wack is so used to spinning his lies and manipulation up there, he couldn't do that, right? He don't have that type of heart, that type of backbone to say, I'm getting up out of here. I'm done with this. Because he wants to spin his lies to the world, right? He wants to manipulate the people. He see from being on No Jumper, he's able to manipulate people and lie. So he would never have that heart to say, I'm leaving, getting out of here. You know, Adam can say all type of, you know, crazy jokes to him, play all type of, you know, gay games, and Wack gonna sit there, right? He gonna sit there and accept it, you know, because he has no choice, because he has nowhere to spend his lies that's gonna get loud. So he's gonna accept anything from, you know, Adam, so he can be there and spin his lies, you know, as we see. Munchie B spoke out though, and he addressed it and let it be known why he was leaving. And we gonna play it, man. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all y'all that rock with SBGB TV, man. We appreciate ya. Hit that like button too. You haven't already smashed that like button, hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button too. If you haven't already done so, man. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I know they playing with the channel. They don't want to send out the notifications, but we gonna fight through all that. They not sending out the notifications. They messing with people being able to be in the chat. They just doing types of funny stuff right now. But it happens. We gonna fight through it all. Because it ain't about the setback. It's about the get back. But let's see what he said here.
Hey, look, it's Tomorrow's Over Money. 2 times I repeat. Tomorrow's Over Money. I'm gonna let some more people get up in here. You know what I'm saying? Fill it on up. Y'all can read. You know what I'm saying? Unless y'all like a couple people I know, y'all can read. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into it though, but I'm gonna let this. What's this thing called? The live build on up and my boy on the board, he only reads super chats only, man. So tap in with the super chats, bro. You know what I'm saying? But to knock this out and yeah, and I'm gonna get it going. But we gonna let it build up some more. And hey, well, I've been irking my nerve, bro. I'm dropping my constant content, right? And idiots talking about, oh, he's still drinking it, bro. That ish, I'm staying monetized. That ish is pre-recorded. You can tell by the clothes I have on. On one video, I have this on. The next video, it'd be something else, and then the other video is back to the clothes I had on before. It's this all old stuff. You still drinking up? You ain't worry about your wino ass mama, nigga. Everything. But how many in there? 200. All right, 200. We'll get to 220, man. We 220. Huh? Damn, 252. I'm talking like, all right, no, I'm about to get going. Let me know when you ready, D.
We're ready. Go ahead.
All right, look. We go run it back. Take it back to the beginning of the week, which was last Tuesday, the fiasco. I was celebrating for some I was celebrating that day. Put up the no jumper with a fifth. You know what I'm saying? Got past faded, and then here he is on this Sunday. Thank God, here he is on this Sunday. But however, you know what I'm saying? I got overly drunk the next day. I'm reading titles X, Y, and Z. I hit Adam. I said, "Hey, bro, I don't know what you're doing later, but I need to pull up. We need to go live and face to face. I got some things I need to address because I wasn't liking the title. And then, you know what I'm saying, I conducted myself a certain way the day before. I got some things I need to address. On top of my faults, some other things I didn't like, I need to address it. Period." He's like, "Oh, I ain't doing nothing." Pull up at 4. Then hit me back like, no, I can't do it at 4. I look up, you know what I'm saying, they got the little stink team dudes on the news or whatever. I'm like, all right, they don't want us to cross paths. I see. Then the next day, Thursday, I just said, F it. Like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool for a couple of reasons, and I'm gonna let y'all know why. And let me see. But okay. As the little faithful viewers at the faithful viewers at No Jumper know, everything over there is live. Ain't no edits. It's live and direct. Only person don't go live is Winnie 100, the Adam and Winnie 100 show. That's it. So they record on Thursdays. They drop on Sunday. Today, I cut on my phone. I see my name in the title. Boom, and then I go in. I press play. So I'm gonna play a little bit. and then you know what I'm saying, and then I'm gonna narrate. I'm gonna do my thing, and then you know what I'm saying, ask whatever questions y'all want to ask, as long as it's a super chat. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
No, right here. No. Right here. Watch your stubby hand.
Very funny. This is going to be the 4 extra thing all over again.
No.
One thing that I don't like is Adam allows Wack to talk about everybody in any way, but he doesn't allow other people to do the same thing towards Wack. Whereas though it's like a disadvantage. Wack can do anything, manipulate, about anybody, but can't nobody do it to Wack. And like I said, there's always going to be change in life. Something's going to come and something's going to happen. It's just how life goes. And there will be a change. But I definitely don't like how he's biased with that. Picking and choosing.
You sat with my enemies while they made fun of me. I can already hear it. Stop.
Yo, listen.
You got me fucked up, bro. Shout out to my boy Munchie. No love lost. This guy gonna be on your ass, which you do deserve.
Yo.
But this has nothing to do with me. It was not my idea for him to do the skit walking in.
Listen.
Okay, let's listen.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
You had the coldest point. He's never on Alex's page drunk.
All right, pause.
It was
Hey man, this dude Wack be on Adam nuts, bro. I mean, not Adam, Alex nuts, bro. Man, what? You got the coldest point. All right, keep going.
crazy. This is the bigger platform, so it seems to me you will want to be more professional here. Dude get like, it is what it is over there, but and then not only is he loaded, he still got the 5th still working on it.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, the more I mentioned, like, you are too drunk or you need to chill or whatever, the more he was just chugging that shit.
Yo, and then he's a little dude.
Yeah.
So that was a big bottle.
That was a big bottle of Henny, yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen him way worse.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've seen him a lot drunker than that, but it's been a while. And
everybody that, goes to no jumper, if you don't position yourself right and you don't leave on a certain type of time, they make you content. They turn you into content, and this is like the game that they play. You gotta make sure that you prepare to turn them into content, because if you go up here and you do some podcasting and work with them, it's like they getting things against you that make you content eventually, because Adam cares about the content first. That's how he make his money. He don't care about no individual that goes up there. We know he's scared of Wack. We know that, right? They nervous of Wack because Wack gets information on him and, plays that extortion game. But the people that are not playing that game and just being on the podcast, doing the show, eventually, he's trying to get, content out of you, and you are the content.
And that was pretty bad.
He talked too much. He says too many crazy things about people. Look, he already got a handicap, so he need to be as alert as possible. Like the people he with, if they telling him to move a certain way, he's so loaded that and I'm watching it, and he got the ultimate violation.
What's that?
You put your feet on him.
I didn't. This is a common misconception.
Yeah, you know, ain't no misconception.
My foot.
Oh no, you gave him the boot.
Oh, okay. Let's watch it.
You gave him the boot.
We're gonna have to review this. All right, because I'm fighting against misinformation on a day-to-day basis.
All right, that man was trying to create distance, bro. He didn't reach out and try to boot me. He was trying to create distance, and this would tickle his fancy because. Whack, you won't even pull up to give yourself the opportunity to do it. You know what I'm saying? But keep going.
We don't necessarily need sound. I guess we could do sound, but
Yo,
look at this. Let's just review the tape.
Yo,
my opinion.
I was trying to get him away from me.
I did not put my foot on his body.
What about me though?
You're too drunk and you just keep talking about your own shit. Put it on the
Well,
screen.
hold on. Well,
We're talking about like topics and then you just I dare you to watch this podcast.
I noticed
back.
the more liquor he has in him,
Do it.
the redder his
Stop
forehead
it.
is.
Stop it.
Yeah, them little fingers, that's ET. That
Look,
one blows me out.
No, right
out of here.
No. Let's do it right now.
There it goes. Look.
It's not on him. It was on the chair.
Put your dirty ass. You know the crazy part about it? He didn't even see it coming. He said he had to ask his homie if you used your feet. You didn't see that? He said, I told my homie, well, what the hell you do? I guess his homie's supposed to whoop your ass.
I didn't watch the full length video, but
right,
yeah,
Paul.
I mean, like,
he gave you all.
Hey, he said while the audio was going, oh, AT fingers, that would have broke me out. Your skin is fucked up, bro. It's horrible. Can't nothing break you out, bro. Period. And then you see how he skipped over. He said, he asked his homie, what did you, his homie, what I guess his homie's supposed to do something to you. I don't go with family, but I'll get back to that. But keep going.
Hey, man, it's important, though, that you gotta, handle yourself, properly on, TV, man. Like, this is why, with me, I like doing the show how I do it. It's going to grow the way it's going to grow. But I just feel like when you surround yourself around too many people really don't have your best interest. So it's like they using you for the purposes of what they want to use you for. You might be using them for certain purposes, but when you're dealing with people, it's always going to be some type of friction. The friction always happens eventually. And it's just about when and what it's going to be, and with this situation, it just happened to be that. And, Wack is excited about it. It makes him feel good. You know what I mean? Make him feel good. Straight up.
Ultimatum, which he shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Even I know that, as cocky as I am, being who I am, I know if you give this white guy an ultimatum, he's going to call your bluff.
Listen, I like podcasts with Munchie. I feel like Munchie's an important part of No Jumper. That being said, I look at things very logically, which is
All right,
we
pause.
have bare.
All right, that's where I'm gonna leave it at. It's a little buzzing in the earphones, but it don't bother me though. But look, look. First of all, Wack, I'm not you. I give whoever I want an ultimatum, right? I told him I need to holler at you before Monday, live, because I'm not about to go next Tuesday, be chummy, key next Tuesday, and I didn't get to address the bullet points I wanted to address. I don't care if it's Instagram live or live on No Jumper. He said, okay. I don't know how he do it with you. He talking about, I even know this white boy. That's how I go with you. Period. Now, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, that man said himself he was trying to create some distance, bro. I was so faded, I wasn't there. Physically, I was, but I wasn't there. I overdid it. I don't even remember no kick. So the next day, I hit the homie. I said, "Hey," so the title said, "I'm like, hey, he kicked me." Because if so, where was you at? So I guess this is where Winnie 100 trying to pump him up and say, "Oh, he said he told his homie, where was you at?" Because yeah, for sure. And even though it didn't get to that point, I don't know if he was out there playing Xbox like it's a field trip at No Jumper where the little game system at. But what once you hear voices high pitching, you're there for a reason. You supposed to be in there. Not trying to put on like I need a babysitter because I was drinking or I need a babysitter, period. But the homies, he's in place for a reason. I'm from families that IF on his face, all that I identify with the same test I got. He's there for a fucking reason. I don't know if Wack trying to pump him up or whatever. I really don't even care. I really don't even care. Now, like I said last video, and Flacco my witness, I had to send it to this group text. All that, you know, when the shows got canceled last year or whatever it was, you were complaining or you were bummed. I don't know what bummed means. I'm not white, right? You were bummed or whatever. Now, I didn't care. I wouldn't complain, nor was I mad. It would have been cool to keep it going. I didn't care. Adam addressed that that wasn't it. He's like, "Oh, well, I didn't say you were mad. You did say that." I hit the group text. I said, "Flacco, was I mad or complaining last year?" He said, "No, that was Spider Ho." He thought he said Wack got the shows canceled. Although that is not true because it was multiple shows that got canceled. So it didn't have nothing to do with Winnie 100. Nothing like that. But I decided just to reset, do my own thing on Morals Over Money. I wasn't fired. I gave him an ultimatum. I would have had that sit down that I wanted. I didn't wait. I requested it Wednesday, and I hit Josh and Adam Thursday. Hey, thanks for the opportunity, but that's my last Tuesday. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. And that was that. Okay. Something else that got me pissed off, right? Now, I'm scrolling. And all right, I'm gonna backtrack. And that title don't have nothing to do with Adam because Adam don't make the titles. So Mikey, you a fuck nigga for that on Inglewood, right? But back to what I'm saying. I'm scrolling. You know, it's been many reactions, but I ran across Young Aunt Hefe. It say what did he say? Some Munchie with a picture with his pants down or something, right? So I click on it. I listen to like 15 seconds of it and I click out. What'd he say? The only thing I had to hear was YouTube guidelines. I'm like, oh, he started off wrong, right? So, okay. I text Adam, I said, "Hey, bro, I don't know what picture floating around, but it need to come down." He said, "Okay, I put it on my story the same night for a couple hours." He said, "But I told you," I said, "I'm going to post this. You told me, go ahead, you should post it." Whatever I said when I was drunk, I don't remember that shit. But for Ant to go do some content on, like, you got to be low on content, right? That's low hanging fruit. And on top of that, I could have been fired your ass up a long time ago. I be skipping. I'm like, damn, he just looking for anything, right? Now pause right there. A couple days ago, when I figured I'm like I'm cool off this no jumper shit anyway, I told Gangland Neem, I said the only reason why I want to turn around, jog back, like, all right, never mind, I'll fuck around. It's because Young and Hefe, I believe he's a hater. And I believe he's a hater. And I think that'll satisfy him if I should. Because some niggas think they'll step up be a star player, but they ain't got the star quality. They just don't have it. And I don't like giving niggas the satisfaction. But I'm like, it's morals over money. I'm out of here. So, however, back to where I was at. Now, I could have been fired this dude up, but I'm like, I'm just keep it gangster with him. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote. Like, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? I mean, he weighed whatever he weighed. He had this little bitty ass sweatsuit on. The chat calling it a bodysuit, a one piece. I don't know who pick out his clothes and who even sizes it. I'm like, damn, I could have been did some content about the one piece. Then they talking about the yo dude from Texas, about him getting his groceries ate. We come in and he kick off that conversation. I run across some content. Somebody slow him down in slow motion. He jack his leg up. I guess he trying to ask Adam how men be getting their ass. He said and chunk his leg up in the air, gesturing. I'm like, damn, I could have banded content on that. Zesty as shit. And then, okay. 607 he bounced about his chair, hop on his knees like he giving fellatio in front of this man. I could have banded content on that. Ignored that. But this fool, Adam, take a picture of my pants sagging, the side of my thigh showing. He's a fucking freakazoid. That's it's not acceptable, but expected. Fucking freakazoid. Posted it, and he go do some and go do some fucking content on some soft porn. Kind of fat horny nigga is you? I didn't even have to go. I only listened to 15 minutes of that hour. I don't know how you could talk about a nigga, somebody taking a picture of a nigga side of his ass cheek for an hour. I don't know. Ain't my style, but whatever. I don't know. Not even tweaking on Whack. Whack, he expected to be a hater. That's expected. But what I do know for sure, if I wasn't as faded as I was, maybe the whole thing wouldn't happen. But if I wasn't as faded as I was, equilibrium all there, Adam would have never got that animated. Ever. For sure. I ain't got nothing super against Adam. But you got me effed up though, bro. For one, you lied. I ain't never begged for no job at no jumper ever in my life. And I ain't complaining about nothing when that shit got canceled last year. That's for one. Dirty hands, bro. I got the most hygiene, the best hygiene at no jumper, bro. You admit it. You don't even use a towel to bathe. You and Lush, bro. I think that's some white boy shit. I'm not clear. I'm not trying to offend the white people. But I guess you just let the water, and you do porn. That's not good hygiene. It's not. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, shout out no jumper. Oh, the opportunity was cool. I appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta. Oh yeah, throw it up.
Okay. So don't nobody last on there. You know, it's always going to be you being turned into the content. Going to no jumper. All the time. You know, it's about content for Adam. He don't care about the people. So nobody up there is your brother. Nobody's your family. It's like it's a dog eat dog world up there. Use it for your advantage if you go there for the light, but definitely be expecting to get up out of there, because it's ending the same for everybody. You know, Whack holding in for dear life, you know, because he a bootlicker. You know what I mean? He gonna bootleg. Straight up. He one of them. You know, whatever Adam, say to Wack, he gonna tell him, put the bottom of your shoe up. I'll lick it. Straight up. I'm good. I ain't going nowhere. You my brother. Because he uses the platform to lie on people, manipulate, line people up with the authorities. So he wants to keep that relationship. It's like he been on there for years and hasn't built anything for himself. This is how you know the type of person he is and that he working for them people. He been on that platform for years now, and you haven't established nothing to go off on your own. You just here every week and allowing him to talk to you anyway. Talk to you about all the fruitcake stuff and you laugh with it. So I guess he gonna be there until his time come with the law. I really think though, and I want to say this, right? These people that be catching these cases and having these, open charges, that want to talk, right? That ain't got no problem with to continue to keep talking or whatever. When I look at how these jokers with these certain cases though, that, like Loose Cannon and Wack, Brick, it's like, something ain't right. Because then I look at people like Lil Durk, Big U, and see how quiet they are, right? You see how quiet they are. They not saying too much. They really don't want to be heard. And I'm sure Lil Durk didn't want to be heard the way he was heard dealing with Loose Cannon. All out there knowing you fighting the case. But you can see the certain individuals that's acting like it ain't that real. It ain't that serious. To me, it looked like those is the ones that be talking. That's what I see, and I say it like this, right? If you're in a serious situation with them folks and you're willing to talk on podcasts, why wouldn't you talk to them people? Why wouldn't you? This is my mind, you know what I mean? And this is my opinion. Everybody don't have to agree with it, but I just see it like this. If I'm in a serious situation, and I know I need to be mindful, I'm like looking at it different. Trees, appreciate that membership. This is just how I look at it though. I'm gonna be kind of like mindful, when I see like Loose Cannon, Wack, and like Brick, it's just like, this ain't the time, right? Wack, we already know Wack is working with them folks, man. Yeah, straight up. Working with them folks. Too loose to talk, not worried about anything that he's already been involved with. Not worried about anything that's open. On there joking. Man, you can already see. You can already see, man. And I just see this is why, I stay away from people, man. I like doing my own thing. For real. I love it. You know, because when you're around a lot of people, it's like the same thing. You know, it's going to be more to come at No Jumper. It's going to be more things happening. It's going to be more situations. It's going to be more going on. This is how it goes. We just don't know who is going to be next and when. We can speculate, you know, that it's going to be the Hefe Bull. We can speculate that it might be whack, something happening. But it's going to be something. This is how life goes. It's too many people in the same area. Too many people, you know. Adam sit back and, you know, playing all the niggas. He playing all the niggas. I can't lie. He playing all the niggas, man. Disrespect you, talk about you, you know. He would have never asked 4 extra for a fade. The man hand get messed up. He say, I need that fade. It's like, you know, now he got the opportunity to play with him. 4 extra said something about him. Now he got the time to play with him. So, you know, that's what they on, man. Smash that like button. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all y'all that rock with SBGB TV. Yeah, you know, I appreciate y'all, man. Facts. I appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Let me see. Rollo. Guess he responds to Boosie. Let's see what he said.
Speaks out on the F the Streets movement.
How the hell can another nigga get mad at another nigga for saying F the streets? Half of y'all ain't even succeeded in the streets. Well, I ain't gonna say half, but most of these ain't even succeeded in the streets. Ain't stepped on there, ain't put nothing down. But saying, oh, them niggas saying, listen, dog, I know for a fact, me, myself, I ran up 10 million out these streets. Facts, not opinions. So if I want to say F the streets, I can say F the streets. And I have benefited from the streets on the highest level. 1 house, 2 house, 3 apartments, plaza. After I lost 18 million. So can't no nigga tell me what I can say. And I'm 100% with the F the streets movement. This is from Rollo Terrell Davis, and I sponsor that. Boy, I'm gonna need you to send this to them, because maybe I'm confused. I thought that we hustled in the streets just so we can get out the streets. Ain't nowhere in the hell we getting out of jail just to go back to jail. That's the dumbest shit in the world. I don't give a damn how much you love the streets, crazy man. It is not a human being. That shit will never love you back, fool. How the hell a sidewalk gonna say something about a real certified street here? I done been talked about by many. They done said everything they want to say. But I ain't been beat by none. So go ahead and say all that other shit that you want to say about me. Tell your friends, I don't care. But we know, just because you done rolled in the Dodge and you got a pretty and all that shit, don't mean you're a certified street. I don't even listen to that ain't got no bodies on their belt. So don't let this soup fool you.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I really feel like, you know, you come from the streets. The goal is to get out the street, and you can say F the streets if you want to say F the streets. That's your personal opinion. You know, if you want to say F the streets, then say F the streets. That's your business. You the one got to live a life, not nobody else. So you got to embrace the streets because somebody else want to embrace the streets. Man, listen, live for you. Because that's what it counts. It counts for you. It don't count for nobody else. You know, you got to step in them shoes. You the one that got to go sit down if you got to sit down. Not nobody else. So I feel like if somebody's saying it, you know, that's what they want to say and it can apply for them. But to try to, like, you know, think you're going to build a alliance from it, it ain't going to work. It's too many people. That's the thing. It's, you know, it's going to be too many people, you know, that have their own opinion. You say you can't rap about the streets if you say F the streets. I disagree with that. If you come from the streets, why can't you rap about it? It's people that don't come from the streets and rap about it. A lot of people be lying in their raps. You know, I just disagree with that. You can rap about whatever you want to rap about. That don't mean you got to go out there and do it. There's a lot of people saying things on their records that, you know, be lying. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that rap about stuff in their records, they be just completely lying. They bodied this, they moved this, they had a brick here. You know, they got 10 girls and they got this much paper here, and you know, they gave a plug this, and they be lying though. It's a lot of people that do it, you know, but I think that it's maturity if you putting out the message saying F the streets and you come from the streets. I think it's maturity. You know, that should let the people know that what you saying in the music is just melodies, it's just words. That's it. This ain't what I'm on, this is what I came from. Yeah. You know, because I feel like for me, if I wanted to rap about the streets, I can rap about the streets because I really come from the streets, and I'm saying F the streets. And I mean it. I'm saying F the streets. But ain't nobody going to say that I'm going to be taking into what you saying to me like, oh, I can't rap about the streets. And I really was out the streets, block nigga, certified, heavy nigga. If I want to say F the streets, I'm saying F the streets. Because I really was in the streets at the highest level. So if I want to say F them and I feel like I want to make a song about the streets, I feel that I can. Because I really was out there. You know, because there's niggas that ain't been in the streets making songs about the streets, ain't never walked nowhere in no project, ain't never had a pack, ain't never did nothing. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I take it, you know, whatever you put in the music is music. Yeah, don't take the music serious. You know, when I hear Rick Ross rapping about, you know, bricks, and I know Noriega, the real Noriega, owe him 100 favors. I know that's just music. Noriega don't owe Rick Ross a favor at all. Not at all. But he rapping about it. We know that image sells. The street image, talking about work, that shit is what sells. It's going to be people that are in the streets and they're out there doing stuff in the street that will never get out. It's going to be some people that get out the street, have to experience certain things to understand to leave the streets alone. We do know that. But if you come from the streets and you say F the streets, that's your personal opinion. That's your business. Yeah, but what I do know, when I heard Boosie saying it, Boosie was out there in the street, but Boosie wasn't no nigga that had to work. He's an artist. Yeah, Boosie ain't had no damn work. He running around, they popping shit. He got niggas lining niggas up to pop shit. Hey, he wasn't getting no damn money. He ain't had no work. Hey, he wasn't known to have to work. Hey. So, I look at, them situations, a little different. You know what I'm saying? I just know just for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying F the streets. Straight up. That's what I'm saying. Because I come from the streets and I'm just proud to be delivered from the streets. I never thought I would be. I'm proud to have not one desire in the world to do anything in the street. I have no desire at all. None. Man, that's growth for me. Straight up. Because at one point in my life, no matter what, I know what I could do if I had to do it. You hear me? I know if I had to do it, I'm going to do it. At one point in my life. But now, I've been so delivered from it, I wouldn't dare. So I can say F the streets. And, that's just how I feel. I feel like I can make music about it and all that, man. That's just how I feel. And I feel like anybody that come from it, that there should be, something for the kids to understand. Man, this shit here is just art. It's just art. Somebody want to rap about it, that's what they want to do. But don't do it. Straight up. You said when everything else fails, what do you have? What do you mean when you say that? Yeah, I gotta understand what you're saying so I can answer that. Because I'm saying F the streets. For sure. No cap. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to do with it. At all. Yeah. And I'm just watching. Let me see. He said, when everything fails, what else do you have? I don't understand what you're saying. You said, when everything else fails, what do you have? And then you say, the streets. Nah, not me. Hey, listen. You said pimps, hustling, scamming, and everything is the streets. See, but that's the mind state that people be in. It's other things you can do. It's a lot of things you can do besides the streets. It's a lot of things. Niggas just be lazy though. If we just being real. Niggas be lazy. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do nothing else. They want lazy money. Being a pimp, lazy money. Scamming, lazy money. It's just being lazy. Now you gotta go out there and put a different grind down. You know, and I think everybody has the ability to put the grind down a different way. You know, everybody, you know what I mean? That's just how I feel. But I think that, you know, these are the things that they project on us. So we like stuck in that. That's all we thinking about. We stuck in that thinking about the street, pimping, hustling, you know. And it's many ways to hustle than to be outside on the street. You know, it's many ways to hustle. It's a whole bunch of hustles out here. Yeah, you can be a broker. You know, you can be a broker. You can find people that need a certain service and you broker the service. And you can do that with any type of business. But these are not the things that we're taught. We taught to go out on the street, scam, rob, steal, hustle, work, and pimp. So, you know, I'm gonna look at it a little different, man. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at it a little different. You know what I mean? I come from it. You know what I mean? I come from it. You know, every day I'm hustling. When that shit was out, you know, all that Jeezy and all that shit, like, I was knee deep, like, for real, you know. So I'm looking at it a little different. The people that saying F the streets came from the streets. I'm not telling you to go to it, but you wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for the streets. That's a lie. That's a lie. You know, you could have something if it wasn't for the street, if they would teach us different things. They teach us the streets. They teach us. They put the work in the hoods. So, you know, we would have something else and we was taught something different. That's what we taught. We ain't taught nothing different. So I think we got to change the direction with the thought on it so that we could think about something else. Because if not, we're going to go travel straight to the streets. They teach us how to make money, but not what to do with it. Yeah, they definitely do that. They definitely do that. They teach us how to make money, but not what to do with it. Yeah. Yeah. People out here robbing, stealing, all kinds of crazy stuff. All kinds of crazy stuff, man. Yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff, man. It is what it is, though. Yeah, man. Let me see. What else is going on, man? What else is going on? Let me see. Let me see. Let me know what else is going on, man. Yeah. Man, the mind thoughts of people amazes me. Let me see. You're right, it sounds good, but what's the facts? Man, hey, man, all I can know is, you know, what works for me. You know, I can't say what's gonna work for others and what they think about. I just know for me, F the streets is perfect. And if I want to talk shit about the streets all I want, I'ma do it. Yeah. So I ain't gotta, no, I ain't gonna say nothing about the street. I'm talking shit. I'm talking slick. Yeah. I was out there. You know, I just so happened to be one of the people that, you know, made it through. You know, I had a couple bumps in the road, but I made it through. You know, I know some niggas with the elbow. I know some niggas that got 40, 50 years. I know some niggas that got 60, 70 years. I know some niggas that got some time. Ain't never coming home. Life. So, you know, for me, making it through, and I really experienced it. So, you know, that's just me. You know, I'm a hustler. You know, I ain't talking about the street guys that, you know, was goofies in the street. I don't know about them. You know, like I was a big dog, so I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the people like me, the ones that was getting money, you know, that, you know, made it through. And, you know, when I was in the street, you know, you can see it on me. You can tell, okay. But I carried myself a certain way. And business, you know, we all have, you know, bumps in the roads and shit like that. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I know times is definitely different. Yeah, times is different. You know, that, listen, this is why I'm in my own zone. Hey, I'm in my own zone. I don't know what nobody else doing. This is why I say, I'ma say F the streets. I'ma say F the streets till I die. Because I know that I ain't never going back to the streets. I don't care if I had to go get a job for somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I had to go work for somebody in my life and things didn't go the way that it go. But I just know that I'm that type of hustler that I'm going to try to work my own shit to the core before I go. You know, my whole entire adult life, I've owned multiple companies. As an adult, I've never worked for anybody. Not saying that I won't. If I had to, I will. But my whole entire adult life, I ain't never worked for nobody. I've always had to deal with the IRS and, you know, shit like that. You know what I mean? I always been that type of joker. I ain't never punched the clock. Now, I ain't saying nothing wrong with it, because if I had to do it, I would do it. But I always had my own shit, my own companies, you know, and did my own thing. You know, and I'm saying F the street. You know, I don't care nothing about them. You know, nothing. Yeah, I don't care nothing about it. Now, and I do understand that, you know, Thug and them is saying it for the instant that they saying it because they lost the control. I do understand that. Thug and them, you know, saying it because Thug lost the control of the street and, you know, album ain't selling and, you know, people ain't looking at him like they used to look at him. I do understand that. But I'm saying from my point of view, I've been saying F the streets for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? I've been on here on YouTube since I've been on here saying F the streets. I ain't rocking with the streets. So, you know, they just saying it. You know what I'm saying? They just saying it. I've been saying it. You know, I get on here and tell people about my stories and stuff that I've been through. And I'll be like, man, I come from the streets, but I don't want nothing to do with the streets. You know, streets is over. You know what I mean? Hear you, I'm from the worst projects in Chicago. My whole family hustles and I've seen it. I respect the streets, but not disrespected. When they break the rules, they say F the streets. And I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you said. This is why I say they different. You know, them dudes is different. I don't have that problem. You know, when I was in the streets, I abide by the rules that was in the streets. I made my way out the streets on my own, you know, at my leisure. You know what I mean? When I stop, niggas that owe me money, you don't owe me nothing. You hear me? That's the difference with me. When I was in the street, I came to my senses like, all right, I'm done with this shit. It's over for me. I don't want no more. I'm cool. You owe me, you good. I don't care about it. You got it. I don't care about it. I don't want nothing to do with it. All right, I'm gonna holler at you niggas later. Straight up. You don't want nothing? No. You got it. Cool. I'm done. I'm packing it up. That's it for me. You know? So that, I'm just saying for me. Now, with Thug and them, it's a different story. You know, they on Front Street. Niggas is in the interrogation room. You know, music ain't moving. They looking at them. Oh, man, you niggas is snitching and da-da-da-da. It's a different situation. You know, I done seen niggas go to the can. You know what I mean? Like, I done escaped some real situations. So, for me to escape some real situations, you know, some situations that I know them type niggas would have told, I made it through. Shit. They F the streets. You hear me? Shit. I can sit here right now. And you know, I know the feds see me on here talking. You know what I mean? But I know what they do know. I ain't in no damn streets. They know that. Yeah, I know the feds see me on here talking. I'm talking about one of their informants. But I know what they do know. I said F the streets. Don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's me though. You know what I'm saying? That's me. You know what I mean? I'm thankful, you know, that I made it through. I learned a lot along the way. Yes, I did. I done had, you know, some ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is how I look at it. Who wants to remain gambling with your life? Agreed. You know, I did it for many years. You know, I know how, you know, my stomach feel riding down the highway with it. You know, I know how it feel with the police behind you and you know what it is. I know how it feel when you got to make a move and it could be the last move you make. I know how I feel with them people on a nigga ass and they watching. Yeah, so you know, hey, listen, I'm happy. You know, I'm just happy that I'm, you know, able to sit here and talk. And like, I get to sit here and talk and, you know, I can reminisce. That's it. I'm just glad I can do that. I can sit here and just reminisce. Hey, man, I remember the days. You know, straight up, I remember the days. That shit was an addiction to me. Being out there, it was an addiction. I'm chasing. Yeah. Now I sit here and just chill. You know, I cook spaghetti for dinner, right? I made me some spaghetti for dinner. I ate the spaghetti. I'm sitting back, you know, with my feet up. You know what I'm saying? living la vida loca. You know, I'm in the crib doing me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, listen, man, I remember having to get this call. I need this call. I'm waiting on this one. Hold up. Yeah. You know, I need this one. You know what I mean? Straight up. Couple bands right here. You know, I remember them days. Now I get to sit back. Hey, man, I don't want nothing to do with it. F the streets. And I said F the streets without the people giving me a 30-year bit, 10-year bit. Straight up. I know that, you know, the people that done watched me, the ones that was on my ass, right? I know they know that I'll quit in a heartbeat. Yeah, see, I'm one of them type of individuals. You know, I really think that's what helped me last throughout my journey in the streets. I'll quit in a heartbeat. Straight up. If I feel any heat, I quit right there. I don't give a fuck what I got. I don't care who waiting on me. I don't care about nothing. I quit now. I come back later. I quit for months. Nigga talking about, yo, man, I don't care who you get it from. I don't care. Whatever you do. Because I know if I come back with A1, I'm going to get back ASAP. I understand that part of the game. You know, and I really think, you know, from me having that instinct, I quit now. Right now. Nigga, shit, I feel, if I look outside and see a funny looking car out the window, I quit. That's the type of person, you know, I was in the street. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the street, if I look out the window and see a funny car, I don't care who got what, who waiting. I don't care about none of that. Man, I quit. It's over. They coming. Yeah. And then I quit that day. I start up when I want to start up. You know, I think that, you know, helped me through. Straight up. You know what I mean? You know, with the streets, you got to have, you know, certain instincts in certain situations. You know, you're going to have hiccups, bumps in the road, you know, and you got to just prepare for it. You know, you got to prepare for it. You know, it's been times that I did get locked up in the street, and I thought about getting locked up before I got locked up. It's like, damn, what if I get locked up right now? And then something happened and I get locked up. But I think for me thinking about that kind of shit, it gave me, you know, opportunities, you know, to make things happen so that I'll be able to fight the situation. Yeah. Really though. You know, because I'm the type that I'm going to make sure that I don't just lay down. You know, there's some people, you know, the police will hit the corner and they just like, not me. Shit. Not me. Now, and you know what's crazy? Since I said like F the streets and I ain't been around no street shit, man, I don't even get no police contact. Straight up. I don't have no problem with the police, man, at all. I'm like, man, did they, you know, have something in their car that can sense something was wrong in this car when they mess with the Joker? Yeah, because I don't have no problem with the police. it's like they don't even look at me. They don't even look at me. Shit, you know, when I used to be in the street, right, and I would ride by the police, I keep my head straight, right? I try to keep a certain facial expression so that I ride by, hopefully that, you know, I don't alert them or nothing like that. Now, when I ride by them, I look at them. I want to look in their car. I'm looking there. What the hell they doing? Hold up. I ain't got nothing. What they gonna do? Huh? What they gonna do? Nothing. I don't smoke. I don't drink. What can they do to me? They can't do shit. I ain't got nothing illegal in my car. I ain't got nobody else in my damn car. I don't got no trouble. Straight up. Shit crazy, you know, but it's good. And I feel good. I go outside, I feel regular. You know what I'm saying? I feel regular. Shit crazy. No smoking, no drink. It's plenty of days that I used to ride down the highway and I'm smoking, knowing damn well if I get pulled over, they gonna smell the weed. Yeah, straight up. I'm riding down the highway smoking, knowing, didn't get pulled over. Car smoked out. I gotta throw the blunt out. I gotta tuck the other bud, right? Car smell like bud. I know they're gonna tell me step out the car. Now, I don't gotta worry about none of that shit. And I'm just riding regular. Yeah. I ain't worried about shit. This shit, yo, hey, listen. I'm all right. I ain't got as much paper as I had in my time out there, right? But I'm happy to the motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Shit. I'm happy to the motherfucker. I ain't worried about shit. I'm just chilling. Doop, 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 doop. All right, well, give me something to eat. Make something to eat. You know, relaxing. Yeah. Get my bowl on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Get my bowl on. Get something to eat. Relaxing. You know, got my little hobby that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Working on something for myself. So, you know, my mind state is different. You know what I mean? Shit just feel good though. That's why I talk about it all the time. I gotta be real. Shit feel good. And I ain't got nobody around me. Ain't no street niggas around me. You not coming around me. Straight up. Not at all. You not bringing that heat around me. I ain't got nothing against nobody in the street. You do what you want. That's your business. You just not coming around me. Straight up. You're not coming around me. Yeah. When I was in the street, I ain't want to be around a whole bunch of regular niggas. Yeah, I'm hanging around the street niggas. Go hang around other street niggas. You're not coming around. We not beating up. We not hanging out. We not doing none of that shit. Because you're not bringing none of that heat towards me. You know what I mean? Because everything's regular for me. You know? Shit. I hope you make it out just like I did. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. You know, I hope you make it out. Hope you're able to understand when it's time to chill. It's it. You know, I done had some close calls. Shit. Last time I had a close call, shook me. You hear me? I ain't even gonna hold you. It shook me. You know? But I'm glad it was a close call instead of a bit. You hear me? Last close call shook me. I started thinking about losing everything. I said, hold up, DZ. Hold up. You ready to lose everything, nigga. You ready to lose everything. Messing around in the street when you can make it without the street. You really can. You know, live modest, change your habits. you can make it without the streets. It's possible. You know, but you know, when you in the streets and you making fast money running around, you think that you can't make it without the streets. Like, man, if I stop doing this, I still got to do this. Hey, listen, man, you got to cut some things off. You got to stop doing some things. You got to change your habits. Straight up. All right, I'm going to stop doing this. I don't care if you say, I'm so used to doing it. Change it. You're going to be all right. You know, this is how I see it, though. You know what I mean? I'm just giving it from my point of view and, you know, me going through it. You know, I say, hey, I'm changing this. I'm changing that. I'm changing this. And I'm keeping niggas away from it. Yeah. But I was already like that in the street. Yeah. When I was in the street, I would come around you when I want to come around you. Yeah. Street niggas that I knew and that I fuck with, I'm coming around you when I want to come around you. We not hanging around each other all the time, and I ain't with that shit. I don't like that. I don't like seeing, you know, niggas around me all the time. I don't like it. You know, some niggas, they like it, and, you know, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like it. I don't want to keep seeing you around me all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I mean, everybody different. I mean, I don't want to keep seeing you. I don't want to be just huddled up around a whole bunch of niggas. I want to come around you when I want to come around you. If I feel like coming around the fellas for a second, all right. Around the fellas, all right. Holla at y'all. I'm out. Shit. Niggas know I'm known for coming through in that shit and doing this. Known for it. Nigga know I slide through. Yo, what's happening? Yo, what's happening? Yo, man, let me get your number, man. Let me get your number. Man, what's going on? Let me get your number, man. Ah, man. Hold up. My phone ain't working right now. My shit ain't working. Hold up. I'll be back. Come on, man. Give me the number, man. Let me get your number. Man, I'm going to be back through. I'll be back through a couple minutes, man. I'll be back through. I'll holler at you a couple minutes. Ah. Yeah. I'm known for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to pull up on you. You going to be back out here later? I'll be out here. I'm going to slide through. I might come back, but most likely I won't. You know, known for that. Man, you said you was coming back last time I seen you. I had something to do. Shit. Had something to do. You know. Yeah. But you know, we gotta go through things to learn some things. Straight up. I think that's just a part of life. Yeah. You know. The streets ain't it though. They ain't it, man. They ain't it. You know, it's a failure mission. You know, it's a failure mission. You know, it's a lot of things, you know, that I feel like that I knew in the streets that, you know, kept me, you know, all right through the streets. And, you know, I had some slip ups. You know, it was times I got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I got comfortable. A couple times I got comfortable. And when you get comfortable, you get checked. You know, I would move so strategic, you know, and then get comfortable. Yeah, and when I got comfortable, that's when the little BS will happen. But then I'll be moving so strategic. All this time, I'm paying attention. I'm making sure I ain't got this. Making sure I ain't doing that. And then it'll be something that'll make me move sloppy. Like, God damn. But trust and believe. You know, I always, you know, went to war. You know, that I think, you know, for me, that was good for me that I was willing to go to war all the time. You know, because if I didn't go to war, I would be charged up. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. Yeah, I would be charged up. If I wasn't the type of person to go to war, my record would be crazy. Yeah, But I went to war so much, you know, it was good on my behalf. I'm not scared to go to trial. You know, a lot of jokers are. You know, a lot of people that be in the street, they're scared to pick a jury. You know, they talk that shit. That shit there, your stomach be fucked up. You hear me? Your stomach is fucked up when you picking a jury with some serious shit. You know what I'm saying? Stomach fucked up. You got the BGs up in there. Straight sitting there. Bubble guts. Sick. You know, some people you don't know. You got to pick these people. You striking one. They striking one. You striking one. They striking one. You like, man, you know, the criteria, you looking at these people. We like, man, they don't care about me. Man, I got to fight for my life in front of these people. You know, but a lot of these jokers, they be scared of that. You know, they be out there in the street going ham, and really they be scared of that. They don't want to pick no damn jury. Yeah, that shit, you know, is real. You know, the lawyers scare them. You know, you going to get a lot of time if you lose. You know, man, I think you should take this plea because they really working with the prosecutors. You know, they got a better relationship with the prosecutor than they got with you. You just business. Yeah, I mean, you think, man, I'll get this lawyer. He going to do this for me. He going to do that for me. But in reality, they really, you know, got a better relationship with the prosecutor because they went to school together. You know, they go out to lunch, they eat together, and they really like got a relationship. So it's like, I don't know you. You know, you business. You my money. You know, they throw one, then get one. All right, I'm going to give you him. You know, yeah, I done had a attorney try to throw me straight up. I done had an attorney try to throw me. No, I ain't never gonna forget that. I be thinking about doing a video on it. Real rap. I be thinking about doing a video on him. Straight up. You know, I be really thinking about doing a video on the attorney that, you know, tried to throw me away. Yeah. I said, oh, they must be trying to get me up to get somebody out. Hold up. Damn. Attorney told me I ain't have a shot of winning. Told me he been an attorney for 40 years. And I wasn't going to beat the case. Man, I told him I ain't never took a plea. And I ain't going to start with you. Straight up. Yeah. Told me good luck. I ain't going to hold my breath. Yeah, all right. Shit. Then I went and seen another attorney. And he told me, hey, listen, I bring the case to him, right? He say, man, I'm reading the case. Man, I might can get you probation. I said, oh, yeah, this is what they on. Yeah, that let me know the hand of one is the hand of all. I said, okay. I go see a whole new attorney. I said, okay, now I know how to handle this. Man, give me a public defender. I got it. Give me a public defender. I got this. You hear me? Give me a public defender. Yeah. Spanked it with a PD. Hey, listen, I went to trial with a PD before. Straight up. I went to trial with a PD and spanked it. Straight up. I said, I'm going to trial with the PD. Yeah. They started talking about, oh, well, we got to see your finances. Because they was trying to make me get a lawyer. I said, nah, nigga, I'm going with him. Right here. Shit. Went to trial with a PD and spanked it. Yeah. BTA. PD. And right. That was 2 times. That time, I didn't have to go to trial, but it was going to go to trial. Shit. They dismissed the case the day before the suppression hearing. You know, we ain't even had a suppression hearing. Like, huh? Shit, I'm laying in the bed. I dozed off. The phone ring. I'm in my sleep. Yeah. I just want to let you know the case dismissed. Woo! What you mean? Yeah, they dismissed it. Sent me something in the mail. I said, okay, that's what we talking about. They know I wasn't playing. You know, one attorney went from, I'm going to have to go to jail for 4 years, to another one saying, I can get probation. The PD said, man, we can get you probation. Man, we ain't probation where? Oh, shit. I ain't taking no probation. Not me. Yeah, I ain't signing up for probation. You know, I've been on probation before and I never got violated from being on probation, but I'm not signing up to agree with probation. You know, to those who do it, that's do it. But I ain't never signing up for probation. Nah, you know. You had to give me mine. I'm one of them. You got to give it to me. You know, because if I sign up for probation, I give up all my appealing rights. I don't have no more rights. I can't appeal nothing. You know, nothing. I be hoping, you know, something come up crazy, you know, with the cop that got me my case 20 years ago. Man, I hope I hear something funny about him, that he was doing something. Let me get that back in. You know, straight up. Yeah. It's been 20 years. 20 years since I had a conviction. 20. Yeah. 20. Come on now. 20 since I had a conviction. Going to war. Now, I've been arrested. After that, oh yeah. But I'm going to war. Shit. I know the prosecutors here, they hoping to see my name. Hoping. I ain't giving them no room. No. Not me. I ain't giving them no room. These ain't what? These ain't doing nothing. Shit. And right, I sit on YouTube for 8 hours a day if I had to. You know, I sit right here for 8 hours if I had to, straight up. You know, no cap. I sit right here 8 hours straight if I had to. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't getting no trouble. Not me. You know, and I know what causes you to get in trouble. And a lot of people don't understand it. It's being around other people. Yeah. Being around other people causes you to have trouble. You know, it's too many different personalities, too much friction. You know, when you by yourself, and you don't have no problems. I ain't got no problems. Echoing this bitch. I'm in my own zone. If I want to go outside, I go outside. My destination, back. I guess I'm old now. You know, my young days, I always wanted to be outside, you know what I mean, in my own zone, but I'm going out. You know, I'm riding around. Yeah. You know, I'm circling the block. You know what I mean? I'm circling the block before I'm parking down. You know what I mean? Might jump out on foot. I'm running around, but I'm by myself. I'm not running around with no niggas around me. Police ain't gonna pull up on me and you because they seen you do something. I'm getting locked up for my shit. You know, because then I got a better chance of fighting. When you got co-defendants, it's hard to fight it because usually they always turn the co-defendants against you. But when you by yourself and you have a situation or something, you know, you got a better chance of fighting. You know, and I really feel like that helped me out a lot of times. You know, I caught a case and I'm the only one that's charged on the case, I got a better chance of fighting it. You got niggas with you. Shit crazy. You know, it's like, goddamn, they gonna tell. Yeah, I'm riding Dolo. Yeah, you ain't getting in here. Straight up, you ain't getting in here. I don't care. I done rolled by many niggas. See out there, yo! Shit, I'm like this, straight ahead. I don't even turn my head. You ain't getting in here. Shit. Not in here. Yeah, right. I gotta pat you down first, nigga. You ain't getting in here. Motherfucker be done got in your car, stuffed something in the seat. Next thing you know, you locked up. Nigga, shit, not me. I'm straight ahead like this. They're like, yo! Like this. Straight ahead. Hold up. Nah. Man, you ain't see me? Hell no, I ain't see you. I ain't see you. Shit. What you was doing out there? Man, I was like, yo, man, I ain't see you. Shit. I gotta stay safe, nigga. Shit. I ain't looking for you. Yeah, had the music up. You know what I'm saying? Had the music up. Now I ain't see you. I'm like this. Straight ahead. You know? Yeah. I'm talking about, yo, I needed a ride. Shit, I'm the wrong one to ask. Yeah, I'm the wrong one to ask. You ain't getting it here. You know? Think that shit keep a nigga safe. You know? You got somebody in the car with you. You in a situation. Next thing you know, they saying something. God damn. You know? But I remember in my younger days riding like that. You know? No cap. I remember in my younger days. You know, and I done had some close calls in my younger days. When I was a young boy running around 19, 20 years old, man, I'm riding around with that thing on me all the time. 19, 20, oh yeah, I'm right. Listen, don't know no better. This is what the young boys is doing. So, you know, I know how it go, but I'm like, man, you hear me? Shit, 19, 20, I'm riding around. I got that thing on me all the time. Straight up. You know, and if it's niggas in the car, usually they got one too. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I remember one time I got pulled over. You know, I was in my Chevy Caprice with the TVs on, everything. You know, they pulled a nigga over. Lucky my license and shit was straight. Everybody, we was 4 deep. Nobody was smoking or nothing. Everybody had one on. Everybody. Niggas would have went to jail that day, but we wasn't smoking enough. Pulled a nigga over. Said, hey, yo, you was speeding. Hold up, you sure? Yeah. Gave me a ticket. Keep it moving. I said, man, listen, but niggas kept their composure. You know? I was 19. I remember that shit. God damn. Yeah, close call. You know? Those was my younger days. You know, I think about how much I ran around and, you know, how much shit I got through. A lot of people, you know, didn't have the knowledge to, you know, get through certain things, didn't have the understanding how to fight certain things, and they wasn't fortunate like me. You know, because I done had some close calls, you know, been arrested, you know, cases. But I'm going to war. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of jokers that's going to bow down. And I ain't bowing down. You know, yeah. I'm going to fight my case straight all the way. And I'm going to the law library. You know, niggas be scared to go to the law library or something. They only want to go when they in jail. I'm going to the law library on the street. Yeah. I'm going to the law library on the street. And guess when you go to the law library, how many people in there? Take a guess. Does anybody know when you go to the law library on the street, how many people in there? I want to know anybody know. Take a guess. How many people are in the law library on the street? And it's niggas that got cases everywhere. Everywhere. They got cases. Take a guess. Straight up. Niggas is cased up. All kinds of cases. Zero. Ain't no niggas in there. None. I mean, none. I be like, damn, shit. I'm going there a couple times a week on the computer, looking at the LexisNexis, and I'm searching. All right, let me print this out. Let me take this. Let me do this. But a nigga go to jail, they want to get in the law library heavy, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Not the library. I ain't talking about the library. It's two different things. I'm talking about the law library. That's a different thing than the library. Two different things. You know, I'm talking about the law library. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know? Yeah, it be zero in there. Zero. I'm talking about it's real quiet. Zero. Nobody go to law library on the street. When they locked up, they all want to get to the law library. Niggas turn into, lawyers quick. Yeah. Niggas turn into lawyers quick when they locked up. They all in the law library. They know the case law. But when they home, they say, I'm going to hire my attorney. Okay. Your attorney going to get you a plea. That's it. Nah, nigga, I'm going to the law library. I'm going to sit in there for hours. Yeah, research. Then come back home and do some more studying. Yeah, I don't want nobody around me. I don't want to talk to nobody. Yeah, I don't want to do none of that. I just want to study for this case because I got a case. So when I see these jokers that, be on YouTube that be having the cases and shit like that, you already know. Y'all niggas talking to YouTube too much. And y'all ain't even studying your case. Y'all ain't worried about the cases. Y'all got open cases. Y'all ain't doing no worry about the case. Oh, I know what y'all niggas doing. Y'all ain't even concerned about the case. Shit. I'm looking for the loophole. Straight up. I'm looking for the loophole. Where did they go wrong? What did they do? 95% of the time, when the police arrest you, they make a mistake. The police are only trained to lock you up. That's it. They only train, the uniformed police is only trained, put your hands behind your back. Might not even read your rights to you. Put your hands behind your back, put you in the car, book you, and then write something up saying why they booked you. That's it. That's all they train for. 95% of the time, they make a mistake. 95. You just gotta find it. And the crazy thing is, right? The attorney might even know it, right? And the prosecutor know it, right? But they in cahoots so tight that they like, all right, I'm gonna help you get this conviction. I'm gonna get him to take a plea. We're gonna work a nice plea out. Let's get a nice plea so we can get a nice plea for him, right? So he can be happy, and I'm gonna let you get that conviction because a plea is still a conviction for the prosecution. That's still a conviction. Straight up. Yeah, the prosecutor still win if you plead guilty. That's like with the YSL case. The prosecutor still won. They got Thug to take the plea. They ain't get a life sentence, but they still got a conviction. It's what people be having to understand. They still won. They lost with the bull Shannon and the bull Yak. They mad about that. But everybody else, oh, they got the conviction. They won. And then they got the top dog. They got the top dog. And they gonna play the waiting game with the top dog. They playing the waiting game. We're gonna wait him out. We're gonna wait him out. You know, if he do good, all right, we're gonna wait him out. So they got the conviction with the top dog. You know, that's all they was concerned about. Let me get the top dog. You know, people don't be understanding that shit though. For real. They don't be understanding that shit, man. It's a game. You know, I'm just glad that, you know, I had the heart to always fight my shit. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we all gonna have situations, especially if you playing in that street. Ain't nothing gonna be perfect. You know, straight up. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna have situations. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. You know, it's a part of the game. When you play in the street, you just don't know how it's gonna happen. You know, that's one thing you don't know. You don't know, but it's gonna happen. It's always happened when you least expect it. You know, yeah. You know, I'm gonna say most of the times that I did get arrested, I felt it. Like, you know, I might even have said it to myself. What if I got locked up? You know what I'm saying? I even said it to myself and then it happened. You know, I wasn't prepared, but I said it to myself and then it happened. But at the same time, I'm like, damn. Yeah. But then, you know, right after that, I'm thinking about my defense. Straight up. Yeah, I'm going in defense mode ASAP. Yeah, I'm going in defense mode ASAP. You know, and what I say to people is, you know, never waive your preliminary hearing, right? I had a lawyer convince me to do that, right? And they say it real good to you to get you to waive your preliminary hearing. Don't ever waive your preliminary hearing. I don't care what the attorney say. Don't do it. It's a lot of attorneys, they get to convincing you and they have, you know, this certain way of telling you why it's going to be good for you. They going to revoke your bail. They going to raise your bail. You know, the judge might get upset that how's the judge going to get upset because I used my constitutional rights and I had my preliminary hearing? But this is the stuff that the attorneys will say to you. You know, never ever waive your preliminary hearing. I don't care what they say, because that's like a mini trial. That lets you know the evidence they have, you know, and how they coming. And whatever they say in the preliminary hearing, they can't switch it. It ain't no, all right, I'm gonna say this now. You know, when you waive it, they start doctoring stuff up. They ain't have to present it. Now they doctoring shit up for the discovery on you. Yeah, so it's some of the things that I learned along the way. You know what I mean? And I made the mistake, you know, waiving the preliminary hearing one time because the attorney convinced me after I said to myself that I'm not going to do it. I said to myself, I don't care what he say. I'm not doing it. I get in there. He start convincing me to waive the preliminary hearing and that we going to have the suppression hearing and all this shit. But he was working with the prosecution. Crazy. Got me to waive the preliminary hearing. Was playing games with the discovery on me. Acting like he don't want to give me the discovery. And I'm like, damn. Why doesn't he want to give me the discovery? You know? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I went to trial for murder and I got the discovery. How is it that I got this little case here and they don't want to give me discovery? Straight up, I went to trial for murder and I got the evidence of all the witnesses. I got the ballistics. I got everything. Straight up. And when I seen the ballistics and how everything went, I was able to tell the attorney why this didn't go that way. But with a situation that was smaller, because they were trying to railroad me, they didn't want to give me the discovery. You know, when you know certain shit though, they play with you because it's their game. You know, it's so many people that be in the streets that don't understand that the legal part is their game, you know, and they gonna play with it the way they want to play with it. They don't care. They gonna do what they want. And a lot of times when they be playing with jokers fold because they really don't understand it. They out there running around with this pack, running around with this strap, running around doing all this shit and don't understand nothing about the legal system. You know what I'm saying? They running around doing all this shit and don't understand nothing. All they know is what the music is saying. My lawyer gonna beat it. Man, your lawyer don't know you. Your lawyer don't like you. Your lawyer don't care about you. And you don't got enough money to make the lawyer to do what you want him to do. That's the thing. You know, I do feel like the rappers do be misleading the people with that too. Because they got crazy money to give the attorney, right? Attorney gonna start trying to work for that bread. That's what they doing it for. But you got a couple dollars to give a lawyer. They don't really care about that. That's just some extra money. They got a couple clients doing that in there at the same time. They don't care. You only got a little bit of money. You ain't giving them no $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $1 million. You ain't doing that. You in there trying to give them a stack, $1,500, $5,000. Man, that shit ain't making a move. That shit gonna make them say, we gonna get you a plea. Yeah, so you gotta do your own studying. Straight up. You gotta do your own studying. Yeah. And I know, you know, they know that people don't understand it. They, especially black people. I just gotta be real. Black people don't understand it. They just listen to the music and they say, get my attorney, and he gonna beat it. That's it, that music shit. So now, they down where the attorneys is at, looking for an attorney. Great, get any attorney that gets you in there, because when you go see an attorney for a consultation, he talking to you good. She talking to you good. Oh yeah, they making you feel comfortable. They talking to you like they supporting you. Yeah, and when you telling them shit, they telling you that you got this case beat. They do the same shit every time. When you go talk to an attorney to hire them, they telling you got the case beat. They like, yeah, oh yeah, we can beat this. Yeah, this is beatable. Yeah. Soon as they get the damn discovery, they start telling you why you can't beat it. Like, hold up. Like, your stomach drop. It take the life out of you. You all hyped up. You done told all your homies, man, my attorney gonna spank this. Yeah. My attorney said, we got this in the bag. Oh, they got it? Yeah, damn right. We gonna spank this case. This case ain't nothing. Damn right. They said I could do this, that, and the third. You get the discovery. They like, it's not looking too good. Yeah, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. Well, I told you this. I didn't know this though. Yeah. They start talking about the plain doctrine view and shit like that. Yeah, it was in plain sight. Hold up. What are you talking about? Man, I told you this, and then I told you that. I told you how it went. Oh man, yeah, this ain't looking good. I really don't think you're gonna be able to beat this case. Man, after you done took my money, now I done paid you. You told me we gonna spank it. Now I gotta look for a plea deal. Yeah. They don't want to fight. No, they don't want to go to trial. They want to get you to plea. They get paid. Prosecutor get the conviction. They high five it up at lunch. Yeah, got one. It's our game. Yeah, he gonna violate soon. He'll be back. You know, but people don't be paying attention to that shit. Just being real. You know, it's a dirty game. The system is crazy. You know, when you out there running, you ain't paying attention to that. You ain't looking at that. You don't understand it. You know, most niggas out in the street don't understand anything about the law. Nothing. All they know how to do is run around the street. Straight up. You know, I'm glad that, you know, I took time to read and understand and, you know, not have fear to go against them. Because the way they talk, that shit can scare you, let alone anything. When they all in the room and they on the same accord and you sitting there like this, just standing there looking and shit while they got you up at the podium and shit, that shit there, let alone you only understand what they saying. That shit can scare you. It's like, damn. You like what they say? Oh, man. You know, I'm going to talk to you about it. Yeah, I'm going to have to sit down with them and, you know, we gonna talk about it. I'm going to try to get you the best deal. You know, this right here, it can't go bad. You know, you're looking at 0 to 20. What? Yeah, you're looking at 0 to 20 on this. And, you know, I'm going to try to get you probation. You know, I think I can get you probation. You know, I'm going to work on this. And I really think that I can get you probation. You're like, huh? You said I can beat it. Yeah, but I didn't know this. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about this. I told you that. I know, but, you know, when I looked at the discovery, it let me know that the officer was right. The officer had the ability. The officer was doing his job. The officer, hold up. You sure? This the shit they be on. That's why you got to do your own research. Straight up. That's why you got to go down and sit in the law library yourself. I'm taking traffic tickets to trial. Straight up. I don't care if I did it or not. Give me the fine. I don't give a fuck if you give me the max fine. I'm taking the traffic ticket to trial. You know, some niggas be lazy. They get the ticket. No, hell no. Straight up. I'm taking the traffic ticket to trial. Straight up. I want to pick a jury and I'm pissed that I can't. I'm pissed that I can't pick a jury. They talking about, it's a traffic ticket and it's only this much. Okay, all right. I'm going to show y'all this. Man, listen. I had a speeding ticket, right? And this was around like COVID. They said I was going, I think 59 in a 35, right? I'm like, man, I wasn't speeding. Shit. So I said, I'm going to trial. Straight up. I go in there, go to trial, and I'm in this little hick town somewhere. I done rode through this little hick town. You know, they don't like black people. I'm going to just be real. They known for crucifying a nigga. They known for crucifying a nigga. And I can't lie, right? So I'm in this little hick town. I go to trial. The judge is black. The cop is white. I request the body cam, the dash cam, and the radar. I want it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that right now. You know, if you get a ticket for speeding, request everything. You know, subpoena everything. I want the body cam, the dash cam, and I want the radar. I want everything. I want everything. Straight up. So I request everything. And they like, oh, it's been over 6 months. We ain't got it. Hold up. You ain't got it? Oh, I'm good then. I'm ready to spank this. You hear me? I'm spanking this. I'm spanking this. I got this. Shit. I'm going in here. I'm spanking this. I get in there. The cop tell me, we can drop it down. right? We could drop it. I think they say you could drop it to 1 point. Man, I said I ain't taking nothing. I don't care what nobody said. We could drop it to 1 point. Man, I ain't taking nothing. Straight up, you got to give it to me. They said, well, we find you guilty, you're going to get 5 points. Let's go. Let's suit up. You going in here, suit up. Let's go. I'm ready. Shit, you sure? Damn right. You ain't give me the body cam, the dash cam, or radar. How am I going to be guilty? You ain't got no evidence. What are you talking about? They like, all right, okay, go in here. You go in there to traffic court. It's you, the cop, and the judge. How the hell you getting a fair trial? That shit is rigged. It's rigged. Straight up. You go there for a traffic ticket and take a traffic ticket to trial. It's you, the cop, and the judge. That shit ain't fair. And it's no way that shit should be designed like that. It's how I let you know they don't even care. That shit is rigged. Straight up. You think that the judge gonna say that the damn cop is wrong? They together. So I go in there. I'm in there plead my case like, Your Honor, I asked for this, that, and the third. I ain't got it. The judge like, you know, my officer said this. I'm like, hold up. So your officer's word is true without any evidence? You just believe whatever the officer say? Man, this is my officer. I'm like, hold on. Well, I wasn't speeding though. And there's no proof. Well, my officer said you was. I said, oh, I see. Y'all in here railroading me. And I said that to the judge. I said, man, y'all railroading me. Because ain't no evidence saying I was speeding at all. And you saying I'm guilty off of him just saying that I'm guilty. Like, that shit shouldn't be right. You hear me? So they find me guilty. Give me 5 points on my license. I said, all right, I got this. I'm gonna appeal this shit. This is when I found out something I never knew. You know, I said, all right, I appealed it. You hear me? Now I learned something about the traffic game. You hear me? I learned something I ain't know about the traffic game. I said, okay, they don't tell you this shit. They don't tell you this shit. This how dirty they is with the game, man. They don't tell you this shit. I appealed the traffic ticket. I'm a bad motherfucker. Straight up. So I appealed the traffic ticket, right? I get the court date. You hear me? Now, I learned that when you appeal the traffic ticket, then they put it in court of common pleas, then you can pick a jury. I said, oh, now I can pick the jury that I appealed the shit. But initially, to get you through and find you guilty, they don't give you the option to pick a jury. Because it's a traffic ticket and they just expect you to say, all right, take it, and just throw you away. All right, guilty. Yup, give them the fine, points, all right, guilty. You don't know no better because you don't know nothing about the law. You don't know shit, right? So I appeal the shit. Okay, now they know that I want to pick a jury. I'm like, yo, I want to pick a jury. Straight up. So the prosecutor called my phone, right? And say, yo, man, is it any way we can settle this and you just take 1 point? I said, hell no. I done got 5 points already. I'm not taking nothing. We going to trial and I'm picking a jury. He was like, all right, then we going to trial. Man, I get to court. I get up in there. I said, all right, we're going to war. Shit. I get up there and tell the judge like, you sure you want to go to trial? I'm like, damn right. I said, I was found guilty. I want to go back to trial and I want to pick a jury of my peers to see if they're going to say I'm guilty without a radar gun, without a body cam, without a dash cam, without no evidence. I want to see if a jury of my peers is going to say that I'm guilty for speeding with no damn evidence. You know what they did? All right, we're going to dismiss the case. I said, oh, y'all thought I was one of them. Oh, y'all thought I was one of them. That's what it is. You know, I'm black. You hear me? Black people, they expect you don't know the law. You don't know shit. You don't know nothing. You black. You old nigga running around here. You don't know nothing. You take what we give you, nigga, and that's it. You take what we give you, nigga. That's how they do you, man. It's a dirty game. Threw the damn case out. Made me run around with 5 points on my license for a year. Made my insurance go up, right? All that, and threw the whole case out. But I ain't get the conviction, though. You hear me? Shit. You know, it's a dirty game. It's dirty. Now, I'm going to tell you one time when I had a traffic ticket, how they played dirty, because they know I go to war. They know it's on my record. When it come to looking at me going to court, they know that nigga is going to go to war. He's not going to just say guilty. He's not going to just bow down. That shit is known on my shit. It's known. So I got a traffic ticket, right? They pulled me over, right? They said my tag light was out, but it wasn't out. They said I didn't put my signal on, right? But I did, right? So I'm like, I'm going to war. I know damn well my tag light was working and my signal was working. I know this for a fact, right? So I say, all right, I want the dash cam. I need the dash cam. I need the dash cam, body cam. I need it all straight up. They provide me the dash cam, right? I'm looking at the dash cam. I said, I turned my signal on and the light is working. Oh, this dude. And when he pulled me over, I ain't even gonna lie, I cussed him out the whole time. Straight up, because I knew my shit was working. I cussed him out the whole time. He told me, oh, you angry. I said, man, fuck you. Straight up. I ain't even gonna lie. I cussed him out the whole time. I said, you disrespected me. I said, you pulled me over because I'm a nigga. That's why you pulled me over. You pulled me over as a black man. You ran my tag. You see as a black man, 10 on the windows. You see the car in my name. You pulled me over. Straight up. I know that's why. You know, there's no reason because I didn't do anything. Right? And I got a waiver. So my tint, all that shit is legit. Any shit I put a tint on is legit. I got waivers. You know what I'm saying? So I get to court now. I get to trial. Right? Now I'm going to tell y'all how they played me on this one because I went to trial now. And I done wrote and filed a complaint on the officer. See, this is the shit I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different individual. You know what I mean? I filed a complaint on the officer. Straight up. When they fuck with me, this is what I do. I'm going all the way to war. I'm not allowing you to harass me. I'm documenting shit. I'm writing this person. See, this is what niggas don't do on the street. You know, this is why, you know, I feel like, you know, I've had success fighting for my life in court anytime I had a situation. Because I'm going the length. I'm not just sitting there and just taking it. I'm not doing that. So I filed a complaint on the officer. And when I filed a complaint on the officer, they like, all right, they like put it on like hold, right? Say, all right, I'm going to court. I'm going to trial, right? So now I know they all working together. The judge, the officer, they all working together. It's a dirty game. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a dirty game. It's their game, right? And they know I'm going to war. That's just a traffic ticket for the tail light, tag light out, not tail light, tag light, which was a lie, and that I didn't turn my signal on, which was a lie. We get in the courtroom now. I'm in trial. It's me, the officer, and the judge. This is the game they playing, right? So they know I appeal shit. It's on my record that I'm not playing. You hear me? They know I'm not playing. That's why I'm spanking shit. No cap. So I get in there. They put the video up because I'm like, man, I know damn well my signal was on. And I turned it on ahead of time. Everything. It's on camera. Straight up. So I'm showing the judge on the camera in the court, me and the cop, and I could see the cop shaking because he knew he was lying. I'm like, oh, look, I can look and see he's shaking because he knew he was lying. He made this shit up to stop me. And I'm telling him, and I'm saying to the judge, listen, man, I'm going high as I can go with this. Straight up. They in here lying on me. He did a false report. You hear me? He was targeting me, racial profiling. I'm going hard in the court. I can see he's shaking, because I'm one of them niggas when my voice start talking and shit, and I'm standing on my shit. I don't care where I'm at. Oh, yo, calm down. Ain't no calm down. You playing with me. I didn't play with you. I was respectful to you. I'm not with that shit, right? And I'm one of them type people. I ain't gonna lie, especially when I know I gotta rumble. You hear me? I know how to chill when I need to chill. When I know I gotta rumble, I'm gonna put that rumble mode on, right? So I'm showing the judge, look, Your Honor, you see that? My signal, before I turn, the signal's on. Look at my tag light is on. Everything. The judge like, all right, let me see it. She playing the shit. She see I turned my signal on. She see that the damn tag light's working. Everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm going all the way with this. Somebody gonna feel this, right? You know what the cop gonna say? Oh, he pulled a rabbit out the hat on me. A rabbit out the hat. This nigga said that my tag light wasn't illuminated. I said, oh my God. This nigga said my tag light wasn't illuminated. I'm like, what? Man, my shit worked, man. You playing games. So the judge looking at it over and over again, right? Looking at the shit. You can see my tag light is lit up clear as day. I'm like, Your Honor, she's like, okay, all right. Let me go in the back. I'm gonna review some shit. I said, I know they ready to play with me now. I know they ready to play with me now. Judge go in the back, come back out. She say, not guilty for the turning signal, right? Literally, not guilty for the turning signal, right? And then say, guilty for the tag light because the officer said it wasn't illuminated. She said, even though I can see that it worked, but he said it wasn't illuminated. I said, oh my God. You hear me? I said, I'm appealing it. I'm appealing it, right? You know what she told me? This how slick they is. You can't appeal it. I said, what you mean? She said, because the fine is under 100. I'm giving you a $99 fine. I said, oh my God. I said, this is how they play the dirty game. She know that I was going to appeal it and I was going to go up high on him, right? I was going to push the line on whoever I had to push it on for him racially profiling me, right? Him pulling me over for no reason. So she know the light was on and everything, right? She know the signal was on. Everything was good. There was no reason for him to pull me over. I ain't had no warrants, nothing. No court dates, no nothing. She said, I'm going to find you guilty because he said the light wasn't illuminated. I said, oh, they playing dirty. And she went back and got the case law. This how she dirty. Dirty, 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 bro. She went back and got the case law. I said, man, I need to see that case law. She said, all right, I'm going to go find it for you, right? She went back and got the case law and showed me that it said traffic tickets under $100, you can't appeal. I said, oh, man. Got me. You hear me? I don't like that, though, because I'm going to war. I was trying to appeal it. You hear me? I want to appeal. I want to go to war. I want to go to war. Straight up. I ain't laying down. Straight up. You got to give me mine. You know, if you give me mine, I'm taking it. But don't try to rob me, man. But this the shit they be doing. You know, and people don't understand it. They do this shit all the time in the system, man. They be robbing jokers left and right. You know, they feel you don't know the law. Then they play with the law. They do certain things that be in their favor. Because it was no reason that I was supposed to be found guilty. It showed on the camera that everything was working, that I was following the law. They came up with that my tag light wasn't illuminated. I said, boy, oh boy, y'all dirty, man. Y'all dirty. You know, y'all dirty. I really wanted to call her a damn racist. I wanted to go off. I had to compose myself and just leave. I said, man, I'm just leaving, man. Because I was about to start saying shit to her. Just saying shit to her. You know, you damn racist. You know, I was about to just start going crazy. So I had to compose myself. You know what I mean? I had to compose myself and roll out of there and pay a $99 fine for something that I didn't even do. Didn't even do it. You know? But you know, a lot of people don't be paying attention, man. You know what I mean? They running around the streets. They don't have no understanding of the law. You know, it's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game. You know? Yeah, man. But, you know, I appreciate all of y'all that be rocking with SBGB TV, man. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button, man. And share this live, man. You know, I appreciate, you know, all of y'all, man. You know, and we gonna keep going hard in the paint. Facts. Non-stop, you know. I like to, you know, give some, you know, insight on some things I've been through as well. And I think, you know, that definitely separates me and makes me me. You know what I mean? For real. You know, I appreciate everybody that, you know, rock with me and support the channel and all that, man. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Do that. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. You know, but I appreciate y'all, man. You know, hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with SBGB TV, man. And that's a fact, man. For sure. You heard me? You know what I mean? For sure. Appreciate all y'all, man. Yeah. Y'all stay locked in, man. You know, hopefully they start sending notifications out, get the live, right? Because they messing with my joint right now. I already know they are. Yeah, they messing with it right now. It's all good. You know, straight up, I'm fighting through the storm. You know, shit. If you've been through what I've been through, the little shit can't affect you. You always gonna fight through it. You know, I always, you know, been the type of person to fight through everything. Always. You know, I always been that type of person to fight through everything, no matter what it is. I always, that's just me. You know, and I know, you know, these people on the internet that be trying to hate on me, they don't know me. You know, they couldn't walk in my shoes. You know, I guarantee you if it was any of them dudes that had to go to trial for a murder, they wouldn't be able to hold up the way I did, knowing that I didn't do the murder. You hear me? So it's a lot of foo-fafi jokers that be running around the net. The net is filled with foo-fafi jokers. Filled with it. You know, it's why y'all see how DZ stand. I stand in my own zone, man. I ain't got nothing against nobody do what they do, but I'm in my own zone. You know, I ain't with all that shit. I don't even need the energy around me. You know, foo-fafi jokers, backstabbing, you know, on some weird shit. You know, I've been through enough of that in the real streets. You know, so, you know, I apply the same type of thinking on here. You know what I mean? The same type of thinking, man. I ain't with it, man. Straight up. You know, make sure you smash that like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. You know, hit that subscribe button, man. Even if you're a hater watching, you know, y'all know, I know some of the haters be watching. Hit the like button. saying? That like button ain't gonna hurt you, your phone, or nobody at the crib. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Shit. You know, because I know it's some of the, you know, whack haters. They be here watching, you know, sick that I go hard to paint. But we gonna come back on the other channel. You know, so make sure you subscribe to SBGB TV Worldwide. If you haven't, subscribe to that channel, as well. And we're gonna be going live, you know, on that channel like an hour. And y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We Benihana this joint, and we gonna just keep rocking it, you know, non-stop. You know, whether it's 50 people here, 100 people here, 200, 300, whatever it is. We just gonna keep going in. You know, they can't hold us back forever. You know what I mean? We got to break through eventually. You know, they don't want to let the real loose. I know what it is. They don't want to let the real loose. The real is too real. You got to be fufafi. You know, I see that. You got to be fufafi, but I just can't do it. That ain't me. You know what I mean? But I just recognize that. It's the fufafi jokers that ain't got no real experience, ain't been through shit, that, you know, that be the ones that be on the net that they be pushing. Straight up, niggas ain't been through nothing. You know, niggas ain't been through no real shit, and they be pushing these jokers. Yeah, because they want to keep that, you know, fufafi image circulating. Yeah, the real ones should be the ones taking the fuck over. The real, solid ones. These dudes, straight comic book jokers. You know, straight comic book jokers, man. No cartoon characters. Straight cartoon characters. Straight up. Just being real. Running around straight damn comic book fucking people. You know, characters. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. You know, I appreciate all y'all that be rocking with SBGB TV, man. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. And share this live. You know, if you're a member of the channel, put a 1 in the chat. Shout out to all the members. You know, I appreciate y'all, man. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You know, they hating on the channel. It's like I gotta get on here and either go ham or be fufafi. That's the only way. If I get on here and start hollering, ah! Then that's when they want to send this shit around the channel. They want me to damn near fall out to get the channel jumping. I gotta be like, If I do that kind of shit, it seems like they start sending the shit. Like, God damn. You know, when I'm sitting here, you know, doing my thing, it's like they want to dumb the channel down. If I'm more here, it's like they start sending this shit. I'm like, oh, God damn. I can't do that shit every day. I can't do that shit. I be here fall the fuck out. And I'm on twice a day. I be somewhere slumped. Straight up. You know, messing with these people, man. Dirty jokers, man. Straight up. Just keeping it a buck. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Just keeping it a buck. But I appreciate y'all, man. For real, for real. Too's Much, D Twins, Jan Meeks. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Subscribe mode blocked out for 3 seconds. Crazy. This how they doing me though. And when I emailed them and said something to them, they like, oh, we don't know. Everything seems right. Man, something ain't right. It ain't right. You know, it ain't right. You know, the haters, they want to report the channel because they sick that they can't get on here and talk to the people. They can't do it. You know, they sick. They can't get on here and talk to the people. You know what I mean? Frank Hill, Treese, LaPortia. Yeah, they hating, man. They hating. Straight up, they hating. You know, they rotten. You know what I'm saying? They rotten. And they smell like bologna. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing. Hating on the channel. Damn rotten. And smell like bologna. You know what I mean? Dirty jokers. I know what it is. Goddamn pink-toed jokers. Straight up. Got me salty. But it's all good though. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep going hard in the paint. Non-stop. I don't want to send the notifications out. We're gonna keep grinding. We gotta bring it back up. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring it back up. But I appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. You know, share the live, man. It's your boy Deezy. Go check out the merch, sbgbtv.com. If you want us to promote anything, email me, sbgbtv@gmail.com. Yeah, they playing dirty. You know I am. We're going to be on SBGBTV worldwide in about an hour. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be on there in about an hour, baby. We're going to be in there about an hour, baby. Facts. You know. But I appreciate all y'all, man. And stay locked in, man. See y'all in like an hour. You know, make sure y'all subscribe to the other channel, SBGBTV Worldwide. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy DZ. You already know. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Now.